Join the Just a Bit Outside crew every Monday, 8 to 10 p.m. on BeExposedRadio.com.
You wanna start off?
I think I'll get it out of the way on a who's not.
Okay, do it.
The Orioles.
Right.
They got swept by the Royals. They lost 4 in a row, and the last 5 games have all been decided by 1 run.
Mm-hmm.
The game before, or the last game that they lost before the Royals was the Nationals, and it was Weeders, of course, won with a home run.
Hit the home run.
Right.
They were going into that National series. It seemed like they were doing so well, and just.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Oh, there we go.
Okay.
Here we go. Uh-oh. Welcome. Trying something a little new there. We're gonna get some theme music in. Welcome to Living a Rich Life, a talk show for people who believe in change in all aspects of life. I am your host, Rich James, and I believe that living a rich life is made up of 6 elements. Oh, mic check. It's on. Yeah. All the way over. Sometimes we have a few technical difficulties, but we're working through them. So we're going to keep it moving. Today on Living a Rich Life talk show, our focus is on extraordinary experiences. All right. So our featured guest today, we're going to bring him in strong. Born and raised in Baltimore City, holds a dual degree in economics and finance from Bowie State University.
The one and
We're
only.
going to talk about that. He's a mentor, a tutor, a community leader, and here's a favorite of mine. He is also the co-host of Bourbon and Boys Shorts podcast. Let's welcome Mr. Jeremy Gibbons.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you, family.
All right. Well, there's 2 questions I generally ask right off the
Okay. Here we go. Haven't been on this side in a while.
The first one is, tell us who Jeremy Gibbons is.
Jeremy Gibbons. Well, Jeremy Gibbons is a Gemini. I like long walks in the park. I'm a down-to-earth person. Most people say that, but I love my whiskey. I love hole-in-the-wall bars. I love faith. I love my family. I love life. I love experiencing new things. I love experiencing things by myself, and I love including people in them as well. I like to believe I'm a scholar. That's me in a nutshell.
Okay.
You read some accolades. I'm like, is that me? I did that?
Yeah, that's true. Because I do my research.
I see.
I do my research when it comes to my guests. I got to make sure I'm informed.
Right.
So let's talk about that. So, as you went, as I introduced you, you went to Bowie State.
I did. Go Bulldogs.
I'm a Morgan Bear.
Okay, that's cute.
What made you go? What made you decide to go to Bowie State University?
If I'm being honest and transparent, Bowie did not have an essay. I can give you a whole bunch of, really highlight Bowie's. At the time was the 5th in producing African Americans with PhDs in computer science. Bowie State's business program, I studied economics, which was in the School of Business, is ranked at the same level of George Mason.
Okay.
It's the oldest HBCU in Maryland, for oldest of them all. So it's a lot of stats there, but at the end of the day, both of my brothers went to Eastern Shore.
Okay.
Yeah. So I crossed that out. I needed my own identity. My stepmother works at Morgan State University. I crossed that out because she works in the School of Business. Okay. And I knew I wanted to go to a HBCU on state, so
I'll drink to that.
Yeah.
HBCUs.
Yeah,
all right.
Yes, definitely.
It wasn't Morgan, but that's all right. Morgan's homecoming's coming up.
Yeah, they're all on the same day this year.
Oh,
wow. So Morgan, Bowie, Howard, College Park.
Okay. Now we're not gonna get too much because your brother's he's one of my fraternity brothers.
Your frat brother, yes.
Now, because where did he go? He went to
Eastern Shore.
Eastern Shore.
Yeah.
Eastern Shore. So
both of my brothers went there. Yeah.
So I guess I won't be seeing you.
Yeah, I got a decision to make. I may hit the parade and go down
Okay.
to Bowie because the parade is almost darn near my house. Excuse me.
It's okay. It's okay. We have fun.
So walk
We
to the
real.
parade. Yeah. So,
Okay. All
but
right.
yeah, the tailgate I may miss.
Yeah, well, that's one of the best ones. One of the best ones. All right, so we're gonna keep
Yeah.
this going on because we have some fun. We do have some games, a few
Okay.
things that we play on Living the Rich Life.
Definitely.
So just want to make sure keep you on your toes.
Okay.
all right? So a lot of people, I said, hey, I got Jeremy, folks, couple of colleagues, a couple of ladies too.
Okay.
It's like, oh, who's that? I said, well, you need to tune in because we're gonna ask them some questions. You're gonna learn some things. So tell us, what are some of your hobbies that you like to do?
Definitely one of my hobbies is cooking. So I've been dabbling in the culinary world. One of my goals is to kind of transition careers into the culinary space. Figured out what that means. So that's a big hobby. I love basketball. So in college, I revolved my schedule around basketball games. So I love catching the game, even going down to DC to Berry Farms and watching some real street ball as well.
So
yeah.
so wait a minute, did you play in high school?
Nah, I played. I tried out for the team and got cut, and so I had to. And it was one of those choices between music or basketball, and I chose music.
Okay.
So,
okay. Yeah, I think you had an event, but I was out of town, and I think you dusted off. What instrument was that?
Well, it was the clarinet. So up
Clarinet.
until high school, 12th grade, I thought I was gonna be a classical clarinetist. That was the goal.
Okay. Okay.
So then I put it down. So I was like, maybe one of these events I'll pick it back up and play.
And you did.
I didn't play, but I put out. I put out a video of me doing some wood shedding.
Okay.
Of it as well. So.
Okay. What is that? I have.
Well, just practicing.
Just practice.
Yeah, it comes from back in the day. Musicians would literally go out in the shed.
Okay.
And practice so-called wood shedding. Yeah.
Okay. I played the drums.
Really?
Yeah. I played the drums. Well, back in the Bronx, we didn't have no drums. So we moved into Long Island.
Right.
And a friend of mine, I learned how to play the drums, and it was pretty.
Nice.
It was pretty
I
fun.
know that. All right, we got to get together.
Yeah. Well, I ain't all that. let's be clear. Let's be clear. I'm not that good, but I do all right. All right. So let's keep this thing going on. So some of your hobbies there, and I think it's a little different. What do you do for fun, right? So sometimes hobbies can be serious. Some people golf, which is just too boring to me.
Yeah.
Unless you make a hole in one.
Right.
But what do you do for fun? Tell us what you like to do for fun.
For fun. If I'm fun, I love movies. So going to the movie theater is something I love to do for fun. Like I'm a connoisseur of movie popcorn. Don't judge me. So that's something I really enjoy to do. Honestly, and I'm a huge whiskey bourbon guy.
Okay.
So collecting that, but also just trying different ones is something.
I don't see how I miss. See, if I would have knew, because I'm big on movies too.
Okay.
I mean, I'm big on movies. I'm talking where I throw some lines out.
Oh, all right.
We might substitute that game. See if you know. See, we're gonna see if Jay really knows his movies, because those that know me, I'm a movie connoisseur.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I tell you, my mother, she's retired law enforcement, but I tell you, we used to go to the movie theaters, and we would go in with a bag, an IKEA bag, full of outside food.
Of course, yes.
And when we come back, the bag be all small. Yeah. But we'd be in there all day. I mean, we'd at least see 2-3 movies, two movies at a minimum.
That was my theory. The movies are a buffet.
Yeah, exactly. You got to do it now, like $20.
Yeah.
$20 for a matinee flick. It's crazy. So okay. So that's good. So let me ask you: Do you have a mentor?
Yes, I have a few mentors. Mentor Bill Grimmett in the 100 Black Men. Have a mentor from college, Brother Scott X, who was a very impactful mentor. And another mentor, Butch Hazlett.
Okay.
So,
okay. They kind of guide you. What kind of questions do you ask them?
Yeah. So I ask some about finances, like how should I move my money, maneuver my money like that. But then a lot of just general life decisions, like how should I look at things? How should I go about the process of purchasing a house? How should I go about the process of dating and things like that? Oh, I exclude. My father's a mentor, definitely, but my father's my father. So
right.
Yeah.
So you mentioned a few things. So again, we had a little technical difficulty earlier. One of my elements of a rich life is extraordinary experiences, which we're gonna get to.
Right.
Again, we got 2 hours.
Yeah, we good.
Right. But you mentioned a couple other things: goals and achievement. Right. You got some goals there, and then you mentioned finances, which financial freedom is again another one of those 6 principles. And for me, they kind of go in some type of order. You know, good health,
Right.
strong
Health as well.
relationships,
Yes.
financial freedom, goals and achievement,
Yes.
extraordinary experiences, and then philanthropy. So I know you've done a few things surrounding some philanthropy work. Share some of that
Yeah,
stuff
so
with us.
through the podcast, Bourbon and Boy Shows, actually this past Sunday, we did a back to school drive
Okay.
where we collected tennis shoes and school supplies. And the thought around that was there are a lot of people collecting school supplies right now, so we wanted to do that, and that there's more than enough kids that will need them. But with tennis shoes, we believe, every kid deserves to have a nice pair of kicks going back to school.
Right.
Even you can judge a man right by his shoes. So
Right,
I think
right.
In creating that presentation of a well-polished young man or young lady, I think that confidence can be instilled with that pair of tennis shoes, especially when everybody's wearing uniforms. So that may be your only differentiating factor.
Right,
And not to
right.
teach the kids to be materialistic, but to say, you deserve a nice quality pair
You
of
look, you look good.
You feel good, yeah.
You look good. You feel good. Yeah. I definitely know about that. I definitely know about that. So who in terms of influence, right? You got your mentors. You mentioned your dad. What other individuals have been an influence on you, right? Some folks, if you was a musician, like
Right.
you played, well, some things along the lines had to gear you towards, playing the clarinet,
Yeah.
all that good stuff. This was a question from a colleague of ours, by the way.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So influences, right? So going to the music. One of my favorite musicians is Grover Washington Jr. So I always wanted to play like him. Every album, every record, vinyl record of his. So I've always just looked at how he took jazz, didn't commercialize it, but made it palatable to everyone. So there's a Grover record that you'll like. So I've always enjoyed him in that. Then spiritually, once again, he's my father, but my father's played a big role in my life. I'm blessed to have him, but he's given me a lot of wisdom. So I always strive to have the level of character and discipline that he's had as well.
Okay. You got any children?
I have a son and a daughter. Yeah.
Okay. So you kind of doing that dad thing yourself.
Exactly. Yes.
Right.
Back to school time.
I got kids myself too.
Yes.
They drive me crazy. That's what they do. I keep thinking how even with some of the things because these kids, there's a lot of opportunity for them now.
Yes.
There's a whole lot more
Yes.
opportunity. You got the World Wide Web, social media. It's just totally different. They almost spoiled too much. Dictionary.
Right.
I don't even know
Google, ask
dictionary. Google, as you said, ask Siri. Ooh, excuse me. Unless you got an Android. You got an Android?
iPhone.
Oh, okay. Team iPhone.
Yeah,
I'm about to say this is gonna be a quick interview. If you got an Android, no, I'm just messing with you. All right, well, we're gonna keep this thing going. Question for you:
Yes.
when is it okay to break the rules? Are you a rule breaker?
I believe in asking for forgiveness and permission. That is one of my strong philosophies in life. I hate when my children do it to me. So when is it okay to break the rules? When you're passionate about something. When it's not going to harm or impact someone else's livelihood.
Okay.
When it's not going to mess up the money.
I know
But when you feel passionate about something, I think it's always go for it. Break the rule.
Okay. So with that, between the kids, between your 9 to 5, so to speak, how do you get the balance, right?
Yeah.
How do you balance life? That's one of the things that I struggle with is just balance.
Right.
How do you balance your life with everything that's going on with you?
You gotta cut out time for things. There's a time for work, 9 to 5. Okay, it's 5 o'clock. Laptop is shut. And that part of my life is over now. Now it's the time for what I'm doing from 5 until 9, right? So then from that, I need to cut out time to work out good health. I need to cut out time to pursue entrepreneurial efforts. Freedom and finances.
Okay.
And a part of achieving those goals as well.
All right. Well, we're going to take a quick break. We're going to come back more with Jeremy Givens. Again, we're focused on extraordinary experiences here on Living a Rich Life talk show only on BeExposedRadio.com. We'll be right back.
off like that. Stop all that blasphemy. We done come this far just to fall right back. Baby, you're a god. You're a god. You're a god. You're a god. Baby, you're a god. You're a god. Baby, you're a god. Believe that. You're way too. Get to stop and listen.
Driving has a rhythm all its own. Don't wreck it with a text. Before you get behind the wheel, silence your phone. Or better yet, designate a texter. For more text-free driving tips, visit stoptextstoprex.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration.
Green light. Hey girl, school zone. I'm getting hungry. Car changing lanes. You want to meet me for pizza? Stop sign. Intersection clear. Yeah, street. Pizza sounds good. Ballin Street? Girlin Street!
It's hard to concentrate on two things at once, like texting and driving. Stop the text, stop the wrecks. How will you stop texting and driving? Tell us at stoptextstoprex.org. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
The Artist Exchange radio show every Friday, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m., every Saturday, 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. Real artist, real talk, real live on BeExposedRadio.com. I was meeting with a friend yesterday, and I've gotten to the point where don't ask me a question because the truth is going to come out. And
exactly.
Just don't do it.
If you ain't looking for the truth, don't come to me.
Don't do it because I can't hold my tongue. And she wants to be this stylist, boutique, but you're not doing anything in that nature, and I can't take you seriously if you're not doing those things. And I understood why people didn't take me seriously because I found myself in somebody else's lane. I was good at what I was doing and what I wanted to be, but I wasn't doing it for me. So how can I ask you to take me seriously if I'm living in somebody else's shoes?
And nobody can do what you do, and I think that that's a big problem that people face now. Like, you see what somebody else is doing and you want to do that when that's not your lane.
That's not your lane.
That's not what you're supposed to be doing.
But it's popular, it's getting that person money, it's getting that person applause. Oh, I want applause. I want money. Let me stand over here behind them.
And then a lot of times people aren't honest with themselves either. Like, I was thinking earlier today, and I've been woke for almost 2 days, so so you get honesty, yes. And I was thinking, like, you know,
the Artist Exchange radio show.
Far into this unknown to find who we really are. Crash into something new and take a break from our broken heart. Talk with the hip, tell me you lie. I think we should go for another round. Baby, try not to say too much. Let your love come down. If you wanna rule, it's some rules you gotta live by. Live by. Stay true to your cool, make a move. Don't wait on nobody else. And if it feels like a melody.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
I like that theme.
Yeah, I like that.
I like that.
You gotta get a band over here just to play. I'm adamant.
I'm gonna work on that. I'm gonna work on that.
Season 2.
Yeah, there you go, season 2. Welcome back to Living a Rich Life talk show featuring Jeremy Givens here on BeExposedRadio.com. So this next segment is something I like to call the places I've been and the things I've seen.
Ooh,
right?
Okay.
So again, we're focusing on element number 5, which is extraordinary experiences.
Right.
So let's talk about some of the places you've been and the things you've seen. Something that's out of the box, and I'll go first.
Okay.
I'll go first. Right. So me, scuba diving is my new fetish.
Really?
Scuba diving. So to me, that's extraordinary because first they say black folks can't swim.
Very true.
Right. But so scuba diving, I love going scuba diving.
Okay.
So when I travel, that's the first thing I look for in terms of scuba diving. I love it because you get to see the water, you see the fish. I'm telling you, are you a seafood eater?
Love it.
Okay,
yeah.
so let me tell you, the color of the fish is amazing. That's the first thing. That is amazing. So I've done scuba diving. I've done whitewater rafting.
Ooh, that's fun.
I love to travel.
Okay.
And again, when I do travel, I don't just do the normal resort things. I like to get out with the natives, experience their culture, all that good stuff.
Okay.
So that's just 3 things for me.
Right.
Tell us something about extraordinary that you've experienced.
One of my places I love is in the country is Carlsbad Caverns in New Mexico.
Oh.
So we went, a mile and a half deep into the earth and just seeing the different caverns. And I'm a nerd, right? So I love. You can opt in to have the headphones. So it's like a self-guided tour. So every specific thing, there will be a number, and the headphones like Bluetooth would automatically trigger. So seeing the stalactites and the stalagmites and seeing a drip that's been dripping 1,000 years, and how they show how it started from a little pond to create a big, relatively lake inside the earth. So seeing that is something that's really been amazing.
So is that like, because I've seen some movies.
Yeah, no, and
like those caverns.
Is like just like that.
Okay, yeah. See, I'm not claustrophobic. that seems a little tight.
It is. You go in, it narrows, but as you get into the earth, it widens out.
Okay. All right.
So that's something I've enjoyed.
Skiing. I like to ski. Skiing,
snowboarding, of course, snow tubing. Skiing, I've done a few times. I wasn't great at it, and I was like, you know what? I'll stick to the snowboarding.
Yeah.
And then doing snowmobile races. So I've been to a resort where there's like a course, maybe half a mile course.
Okay.
And you race, so you put 15 of you out at the time, man.
So my birthday's coming up.
Really? Okay.
I'm thinking about doing the Autobahn, the race cars.
Nice.
Yeah. So I'm thinking to get a couple of folks together.
Okay, tag me in.
Yeah. And I think we'll do that. So again, those are types of things that comes to extraordinary experiences. I mean, there's a whole bunch.
I have another one I did with my son.
Okay.
We went bike riding across the Brooklyn Bridge. So we did a touristy thing, and we caught their train up for a day trip, and what is it? The Statue of Liberty. And he was like, let's go bike riding. So we bike riding. I was like, oh, it's the Brooklyn Bridge. So we go over the bridge. Then we in Brooklyn. Riding around.
Yeah, they got that. They got that lane. Because I'm a native New Yorker.
Exactly. Yeah, I figured you appreciate it.
Yeah. Man, I didn't walk over no bridges. I don't walk. I don't ride. Nah, man. Shoot, for a while, I didn't like to drive over them. Shoot, going to New York. I remember like when I first came to Maryland, come to school, just driving. You know, my mother let me drive.
Yeah.
And shoot. That was my longest drive. That was my first time driving such a long distance.
That's 4 hours, yeah.
Yeah, it took 4 hours exactly. I do it now in like 2.5.
Oh, you know the speed tracks.
Back in the days was something different. Okay, so that's a few places I've been, we've been, a few things we've seen. You know, pretty soon we're gonna have folks. I was trying to get folks to call in, but I think maybe the next segment we'll plug into Facebook to see if folks have some questions for you.
Got you. I like that.
They could type them in.
Like
yeah, this technology, you gotta love it. We gotta love it. So let's give them some information first.
Okay.
How can they get a hold of you? How can they follow you?
Yeah, so you can follow me on my IG page, Baltimore is Obama. Then you can follow the podcast page, Bourbon and Boy Shorts.
Baltimore's Obama.
Yes.
So who's your favorite president?
I don't know, kind of definitely Obama. One of the things we talk about why I chose Bowie State, I was able to meet Obama on campus.
Oh.
So he was Senator Obama then, but.
Right. Yeah, a couple of friends of mine, actually a good friend of mine, was just in Martha's Vineyard.
Nice.
And President Obama was there. Kevin Hart was there before he had his accident. Chris Spencer.
Oh, wow.
And Anthony Anderson.
Yeah.
So Cash was hobnobbing. I'm like, shoot, Obama.
Yeah.
That's a big thing. Just as cool as he ever want to be. That's what he said. So, all right. Well, we're gonna keep this thing going. We're gonna keep this interview going. So, not to say that you are not famous, but if you had 15 minutes of fame, what would you do with it?
If I had 15 minutes of fame, What would I
hold,
do?
so hold that
yeah,
thought.
give me some time to think about that.
Let you think about that. We're going to take another quick break.
I like that.
When we come back, we're going to continue to talk with Jeremy Givens here on Living a Rich Life Talk Show, only on BeExposedRadio.com. Come back to us.
So, Jacqueline.
Yes, Mom?
I wanted to talk to you about something and... Oh, wait. Hold on. I just got a text. Oh, there's another one. Wow. Busy me. So, anyway...
Oh, wait, Mom. I just got a message. My friends keep commenting on my comment. Oh, there's another one. So many comments on my comment.
Oh, I can't wait to watch TV tonight. Playoffs!
Hey, guys, check out my new video game. Pew, pew. Wait. Mom, what? Huh?
What? Hold
What'd you say? Wait a second. What?
This weekend, unplug. Take your family to the forest. There's nothing in the world like experiencing nature firsthand. Trees, paths, bluebirds, streams. Getting closer to nature can get you closer to your family. To find the forest nearest you, go to discovertheforest.org. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
You're like an internal bleeder. Can't see your pain, but it can silently kill ya. So deeply wounded, but don't say a thing. Too afraid of what the people may say or think. So you just sit there and you suffer in silence. Your pride won't let you just uncover your secret. Don't wanna look weak in your image, it ain't worth losing. So you just act as if it's nothing happening. God sees you, and God hears you. Yes, God loves you. You're like an internal bleeder. Can't see your pain, but it can silently kill ya. Suicidal, depressed, but you won't say a thing. Too afraid of what the people may say or think. You feel alone even though the people surround you. Popping pills every night even though you know they can't solve it. The emotional pain, it just seems way too heavy. Your mind is racing, wanna scream, somebody help me. God sees you, and God hears you. Yes, God loves you. These type of people sit right under our noses. We don't find out till we're on IG scrolling. We post a few memes, but then it keeps on happening. Something's gotta change, we gotta start talking and telling the truth without the fear of judgment. Gotta come together.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Welcome back to Living a Rich Life Talk Show. Talk show for who people believe in change in all aspects of life. I'm here with Jeremy Givens. A lot of good conversation during the commercial break.
Yes.
You know, we're putting some things together, but we're going to keep this thing going. So what I really want to talk about right now, because I think you having your podcast, that's an extraordinary experience.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
What's some of the topics that you discuss on? Because I've seen some of them. I'm trying to get on there, by the way.
Oh, we're going to schedule it, yeah.
Right?
Next break. Yeah.
What's some of the different topics, you know, some of the things that you've discussed? We'll take it there before I get to my other questions, right? So what's some of the topics that you guys discuss on
Of course, yeah. So the theme is best friends talking about dating as single fathers. Okay. So we've had the conversations about, of course, dating women with children. We've had the conversations about why did I get married, where we've interviewed 4 or 5 different married couples and just had to learn about their relationship and how they came about. And I think one of the questions biggest questions that's thrown out there from our audience is, how do I find a date? How do I find a man, to be frank? You know, because we have a lot.
Match.com.
I'll say Christian Mingle, but
Christian Mingle. Okay.
I created a page on Christian Mingle because one of our guests said it gets lit on Christian Mingle.
Okay.
So I was like, well, I'm gonna create one just to see what's out there, and I was like, oh, okay, it does get lit on Christian Mingle.
Oh man!
So I just got it to look, but I've deleted it since Bourbon the Baptist. But
a friend of mine told me about Bumblebee.
Yes.
And I joined, just same thing.
I want to see.
The joint is lit. I tell you, because the women initiate, and I got overwhelmed.
Yeah.
You know, I ain't saying I'm no Billy D, but I got overwhelmed.
Easily, like.
I just deleted it. I'm more of a face-to-face type.
I am too, yeah.
You know, so okay. So you talk about relationships and things about being a single father. How did you come up with the name?
Bourbon and Boy Shorts. Yes.
Bourbon and Boy Shorts.
So it was initially supposed to be, when I purchased my home, we were going to have a pajama party because I have a finished basement. So we were going to have a pajama party for New Year's. Okay. And it was going to be called Bourbon and Boy Shorts. It was going to be slightly lingerie party, but so you get the name. So
right.
The party never panned out. So then it became time to create the podcast, and we needed a name. I was like, well, let's keep that Bourbon and Boy Shorts.
Okay. Yeah, because I wondered about that when I was doing my research. I said, okay, Bourbon, I get it. The Boy Shorts. I said, well, maybe there's going to be a female co-host.
Our guests are typically women. We have male guests all the time, but to balance out two male thoughts, you got to have a woman in there every once in a while as well.
Yeah. Okay, I agree. You definitely got to balance it out. All right, so you got relationships, talking from single fathers. I got how you came up with the name.
Yes.
And when are you on? When is Bourbon?
So we release every Wednesday. So we dropped the episode today.
Okay.
When we typically record Thursday nights.
Okay.
So then that following Wednesday that episode will be released. So we can record whenever, but that schedule seems to work best for us.
So that's how. So I might sound a little crazy. So that's how podcasts work. You record. Versus live, because we live right now.
Yeah, so we'll go live on like Facebook or IG.
Okay.
Some podcasts go live as well.
Okay.
But for us, it was easier because we couldn't be we know we couldn't be consistent live every day every week the same time.
Gotcha.
So that way we could release at the same time, but record when schedules permitted.
Okay. So don't think I'm gonna let you get away from our question.
Okay. All right. I didn't know. Yeah.
Oh well, we're gonna keep it going, but I'm caught on this Bourbon and Boy Shorts.
Yes.
Yeah, this is good. So so you got the name, and you said women. Okay, so what, in terms of other activities outside of the podcast, can we look forward from Bourbon and
Of course.
Boy
So
Shorts?
I mentioned the suit and sneaker party, back to school edition, where we were collecting supplies. So that comes from our staple event, which is the suit and sneaker party, where you dress up your kicks. So that's geared around sneaker culture, where ladies come in their freakum dresses, but wear some nice J's or whatever their tennis shoes are. Brothers do the same thing. So our next one will be in November.
Okay.
And we always have one in February as well. So we're definitely going to have one the week of All-Star Weekend in February. And we're working on having one in Atlanta. So hopefully November's will be in Atlanta. So it's a fun time. Our crowd is typically 30 and over, mature 26-year-olds and over. But everyone leaves comfortable because right.
That's probably never an issue for men. You know, the women.
And I want to shout out our bourbon sponsor, Bullshine. They're actually distilling Canton. So they've been to 3 of our events and they've done free whiskey tastings. So the first 2 hours from 6 to 8 is a whiskey tasting. They have 13 different flavors.
Okay.
You can try out 13 if you want.
What's the name of them?
Bullshine. Bullshine. Yeah.
Bullshine. Yeah. Oh, I thought you were trying to say something. That's a bull.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you got the suit and sneaker party. Then we do Bourbon and Vibes, and that's more of a loungy, live music feel. So that's when we bring in a live band.
Okay.
We maybe 1 or 2 different and a feature artist. So we have the live band. We use the gift band. Then we'll have a featured local artist that'll do maybe an hour set as well.
Yeah. So I think when you had the event, which he scheduled, I've been trying to get a hold of him, and we've actually talked a few times. Mark? What? Third?
Yeah, he's like a DJ
Yeah,
producer.
yeah,
Mark,
yeah.
Because his artist performed. Ernest Third.
Ernest Third. That's
Yes,
that's who I'm trying to get him on too. Not to.
Oh no,
name
we
drop,
gonna.
but yeah. I know
No,
that's
we
one
gonna
of
call
your
him when we
people.
finish. Yeah,
I know that's one of your
that's
people.
our guy.
Yeah, that's one of your people. So before the break, I asked Jeremy the question of, what would you do with 15 minutes of fame, right? I think in this day and age, we all still have some level of quote unquote fame, right? So now it's no longer you're a marketer, but you're an influencer. You have a platform with your podcast, right? I have a platform here in which you have the ability to make a difference somewhere along the line. So what would you do with, and again, it's going to be more than 15 minutes because now, you got this platform.
Yeah, you got to grow it.
You got to grow it. You got to build it. What's some of the things that you plan to do?
Yeah, so if 15 minutes of fame, let's say I'm super hot, everybody in the world knows my name. I'm going to try to bring on everybody I can with me. And that's what we try to do with Bourbon and Boy Shorts too. So, Fly Nerd, Mess in a Bottle, Living a Rich Life, Bullshine, Ernest Third, Brother Nance from Healthy People Juice. Who else have we had on? Popcorn Queens. I'm gonna make sure I throw all of their names out there some more.
Right.
And really, honestly, try to bring us all with us.
That's. I'm gonna tell you something. I say this to all my guests. My last guest last week, we talked about good health, Dr. Eric Holmes.
Yeah, that's my guy.
Right. his energy, it was just so.
His book.
His book is excellent. So again, we got to work about it because I'm getting a shirt.
Yeah.
And I'm looking like I need a shirt from you too.
Definitely.
But we can all win, right? I think at the end of the day, we can all win. Some folks don't understand that.
Yeah.
It's almost like that crab in a barrel, which is not necessary, right? And I think with my show, again, it's about change, right? So for some people, they stuck in the past. You go through things, you readjust, you refocus as much as you can.
Right.
But again, if folks turn things around, we can all win.
No, I agree.
There's no reason why someone helps someone get somewhere.
Yeah, and I have a saying that if they pay someone $40 million to play basketball, surely it's enough money for us.
Yeah, true that. True. I'll drink to that. I'll drink to that.
Right.
Yes, indeed. Living a rich like mug. Get your mugs.
I need one of these. I need another one actually, but I get these.
Yeah, we definitely gonna get you. We're gonna definitely have one. Get you one.
Put a Bourbon and Boy Short sticker on there too, right?
You got a sticker?
I don't, but I need to get those made.
You get a sticker. My son does some things too.
Oh really?
Yeah, so I'm gonna take one and decorate one that I have on the show. Yeah,
oh nice.
So,
you gotta do that. Yeah.
Again, it's good advertisement. It's a good mug too.
No, it is. No, this is the quality one. This is the ones you
shout out
like the Target mug, man.
It's gonna be. That's
put candy in here for the holidays and make it a gift.
There you go. Yes, indeedy. I have So shout out to Troy Blackwell. He's gonna be on my show as well.
Okay.
Good health, but he's gonna help me get
fit.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah,
you should document that process.
Huh?
That's it. Document that process.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So a lot of good things. That's a good idea. We was talking about other things offline. Again, some of the best conversations. I didn't know
the camera's just running all the time.
Shoot. Then again, that might be a problem. All right, so let's keep this thing going. Again, we have fun here. Another game I like to play is word association.
Okay, let me pull my sleeves up.
I say, you say.
Okay, got it.
Okay, so I say a word, and you say whatever comes to mind.
Okay.
All right, real simple. And again, some of this stuff relates to some things, the research I did on you. So I say music. That's my word.
I'll say Johnny Graham.
Okay. City life.
Love it.
Politics.
Hate it.
Oh man. Bourbon and Boy Shorts.
The dream.
Okay. Relationships.
Tough.
Fatherhood.
Difficult.
Okay. That's all I got.
That's all I got. Yeah. No, I like those.
That's all I got.
That's enough to expand on.
Yeah.
Right there.
Yeah.
I actually got a funny thing about politics.
Go ahead.
So
I want to hear
your
it.
frat. I ran for office in 2010 because I was working on your frat, Kelly Fox's campaign.
Okay.
And he was like, Jay, you should run for State Central Committee. Had no idea what it was. So I was like, all right. So he talked about mentors. That's another mentor I left off as well. So I ran for office. I lost, but I learned a lot. And from that process, that's why I hate politics.
Well, you know, it was on it because your Instagram name is.
Baltimore was Obama. No, politics is definitely necessary, but I'd rather buy a politician than be one.
Oh, you sound like you fit right in. You sound like you fit right in.
Hope I'm not too transparent.
Right. No. That's this is what we do. This is what we do. So let's continue going. So I want to talk about some steps of extraordinary experiences.
Yes.
So I want to give some of the people that's watching, that's listening, some things that I think, in terms of, how they can move about experience that.
Okay.
I think one of the things is you want to follow those who live extraordinary lives.
Yes.
Right? My mother used to say, and she probably wouldn't even remember, but if you want to be a plumber, you want to be a master plumber, put yourself around
master plumbers,
right? Whatever it is you want to do, you put yourself around those individuals that have your best interests at heart. So I think that's one thing that could help get you there. Second thing is kind of reclaim your creative self, right? You seem pretty creative, so let me say this. Your necklace?
Yes.
I said, okay.
Oh, yeah. I guess
I've been watching this movie called Originals. I said, okay, that's different.
Yes.
That's different. That's creative. So, again, you won't see me with him.
No, I support.
Did you make that?
I didn't make it. My cousin makes it. He's in. He taught himself guitar. He's in North Carolina. Colin Robinson, one Mr. Wood, and he creates things. He was an art major at Winston-Salem State, but this is what he calls a spirit man, and Colin is more spiritual than religious.
Right.
So the spirit man represents the higher being you're trying to be like. I'm Christian, so the Jesus in me that I'm trying to subscribe to. So whatever that higher power is, the spirit man reminds you of the higher power you're supposed to be. And then the uniqueness of it, like he would find beads, or like these were old bedposts that he found and made the brand. Yeah, so it's a support for him, but I appreciate it. Yeah,
you're definitely a support type dude.
Yeah, got to. 15 minutes, I'm bringing everybody with me.
Yeah, I know that's right. A third thing, managing change. Now that's heavy. Some people can't manage change. They can't deal with change. They don't want to deal with change. They don't believe change is possible, right? But again, I think that's going to help with those experiences.
Definitely. Sometimes, too, that unexpected change.
Oh,
because if you can process change, okay, I know in 2 weeks this is going to happen, in 3 weeks after that.
Right.
But then it's when that unexpected change, I no longer work here, I got to go to this department now, or life happens really quickly sometimes, being able to pivot and...
You already know.
Shoot, me driving to work. My car is leaking. This is a big difference now.
Right. Gotta make a decision. Right. Yeah, see? So that's an experience you don't want to necessarily have.
Right.
But that's
where the character comes from.
Okay. Understanding that change is a journey, not a destination.
Yes.
Right. And I say that again. This whole living a rich life coming up didn't just come out of the blue. It came from health circumstances.
Oh, wow.
And I kind of had said, hey, this is what, I got to change some things. So that's kind of the direction I've been going.
Okay.
The other thing is take a look hard and look at yourself.
Yeah, that's the hard. You gotta look at the man in the mirror. That's
Michael said it.
Like when you're in church and you feel like the pastor's preaching it directly to you, and you like, how do you don't know my life? And things like that. So,
I'm like, what? I'm looking around. I went to church with a good friend of mine a couple of weeks ago. It was good. It was a good service. The one thing about service, they wanted me to go up front. I said, in my time, when I
get that. Yeah,
plus, the church was way out there, but it was a good service.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a good service. I got a good, matter of fact, like I said, I got to make arrangements because I'm going to someone else's church. Okay. So that's number 5. Number 6. Make friends with rejection. Yeah. So I think for me, that's understanding that folks not going to always tell you yes.
Right.
They're going to be honest with you, no matter how brutal or no matter how whatever it is, they're just going to be honest with you. I think those are true friends. You just got to be able to handle it because some people can't handle no, right? You tell them no, and all of a sudden now they won't be your friend.
Yeah, right. Now, and I think to your point about being around plumbers, if you want to be a master plumber, to being friends with no, you got to surround yourself with people that'll tell you the truth, but are not yes men.
Right. Yeah.
People that'll be, brutally honest.
Yeah, I tell you, boy, I think that's why some of the folks that I've been encountering lately, pretty well-known individuals, and I'm just me.
Right.
I'm just me. I mean, I treat them because they are people, right? They're just well-known people,
right?
Just recently, book signed with Anthony Hamilton.
I saw, yeah.
Prior to that, party with Morris Chestnut.
I seen that. I'm like, look at my guy.
You know what I mean?
It was someone else, I think, at that event that you was at with Morris.
Vanessa Bell Calloway. So these things, and again, it's connections, it's strong relationships that allowed me to be in those circles.
Right. I know you have a lot of strong relationships and connections and in really prominent circles. How do you find that they want to be treated as human beings, normal people, rather?
Right. Yeah. So my producer just gave us a quick nod.
Okay. Yeah.
So when we come back, I'll gladly put you on to that.
Okay. Yeah. Definitely.
So we'll be back here, BeExposedRadio.com. Jeremy Givens.
That's something.
Like the one thing you always gotta remember is people gonna try to project their insecurities onto you. But you can't listen to what them niggas saying. You gotta get out here and do your shit regardless. You gonna do what you love for the rest of your life anyway. So why not turn that shit into something? Be a man of everything you say. This shit bigger than me, man. Like yeah, I'm good and all that, but you know what I mean? I ain't shit without y'all. Feel me? So no matter what you up with, I go hard. Don't matter. Can you imagine how I really having nothing is? Stomach growling, you ain't got no food in the fridge. Surviving on a jail diet of water and bread. No father figure, that's cause my father dead. Mom's bringing different niggas in and out the crib. No money, so you seen it's less than all your friends. But it a joke because your mother was a crackhead. Older sister hoeing off, giving all her homies head. I could wait for your response, but they let her hear me talk, so I just wait for the applause. I always knew that I was great, I got them haters so appalled. I'ma make it out the darkness, and my word is my bond. Delivering these bars while I'm gripping on my balls. Jealous niggas hate to see you succeed, so fuck them all. I'm the master of my destiny, nigga, you not in charge. You either on your grind or in the way, so get lost.
We're rewarding you for something you already do, listening to us. It's Radio Loyalty, and it's an easy way for you to get free stuff. All you do is sign up. Go ahead and click the banner now. You'll earn points as you listen. Points you can trade in for great products and services in the Radio Loyalty store. You can earn even more points when you share your favorite station with friends on Facebook and Twitter. Radio Loyalty. It's free to sign up, so click the banner to join now.
Just a Bit Outside radio show.
There is one glaring stat that I read about while watching the games over the weekend. New York Yankees went 22 straight innings with at least one strikeout.
Really?
That's a major league record.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Welcome back to Living a Rich Life talk show. Here we're featuring Jeremy Givens, the one and only. So we was talking offline, and before your question, so tell me again, because I don't remember as much as I used
So I was
to.
asking, because you're in a lot of circles around a lot of prominent people, influential people. Do you find that how do they want to be treated? Do you find that they are down to earth, that they just treat me like I'm a regular person. I just happen to be an expert in my
Yeah,
craft.
I think, not even I think, I know. So a lot of my connections, individuals I've met through other people, first and foremost. So, you know, Derek Chase, Zeke Way,
He's
Jason Bass, who was my very first guest. So, you know, these folks, they brought me into their circle. And I just kind of, you know, I'm a pretty social guy. Folks like to laugh, you know. I think with Morris Chestnut, we had a good conversation because he actually played my brother in Madden.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that used to be his thing. So, you know, some things come full circle. And it just happens. So, but at the end of the day, they're regular people, right? All eyes are on them. And they know I don't want nothing from them.
Right. Okay.
You know what I mean?
That's
the biggest
big
thing.
Yeah.
I don't want anything from them. You know, so it's good. I mean, at the end of the day, you treat folks like they want to be treated, like normal folks. It seems to work. It works for me.
Definitely. Yeah.
I got some heavy hitters coming.
I believe it. You have some already.
I got some heavy hitters coming, and I think again the show is local. I like to stick with our local folks first. Make sure they shine. I have one of the best event planners coming in, Tiffany, Birds of Paradise.
Okay.
So I got a lot of good folks. Heidi, we talked about.
Oh
that.
yeah. She's a superstar.
I got to update my website, but you'll be able to see all that. You know, past guests, you'll be on there.
Okay, definitely. Oh, please, yeah.
Future guests. So it's gonna be good things happening.
Okay, excellent.
But now we featuring you.
Yes.
Let's get back to it. We featuring you. So one of the things that I generally like to do is it's a rich life moment in time.
Okay.
So during this time, I have something, I call it my board of fame. So you see some of the past guests.
Yeah.
Right. This is Dallas X, the model. This was Jason Bass.
Right.
Very first guest. Dr. Eric Holmes.
Oh, yeah. Strong brother.
Yeah. So again, we still in our infancy stage, and then we have Sunny Cowell.
Oh, wow.
Have you heard her music?
Yeah.
Yeah.
From because of you.
Okay. Say it again. You hear that, Sunny?
Yeah. Because she was at Bookmakers, I think.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, so that she was at I think Motor House.
I'm thinking it was Motor House.
Motor House.
Yeah.
You might be also thinking of Joy. So what I do is, all my guests have to put the John Hancock on there.
Definitely.
So let's slide that over there.
Yeah. We're
gonna make room here right quick. And this is what we call a rich life moment in time.
Okay.
I got a Sharpie over here somewhere.
That's good.
Bam.
I appreciate this.
And you can sign anywhere you like. You put a little note.
All right.
Anywhere you like. If you need more room here, you know. I figured you want to put it right near Sunny.
Of course. I gotta say something positive, right?
Yeah. Say whatever you want. Whatever works for you.
I'm gonna say what my mentor always says to me.
Okay.
Keep doing your thing.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Short and to the point.
Yeah, we have a lot of good things going on. This past Friday, I was at the Fayette Street Outreach, along with Jason Bass and the Summer Brunch.
So
that was the last summer brunch.
One,
next year, the next year is gonna be bigger and better, and you know they continue to do a lot of good things. So we'll get you out there. I like to bring people together. So let me see what we got here. Okay, that's it. Keep doing your thing. I like that. No doubt. This is going, once it get all filled, we're gonna laminate it and get it ready for the next boy. So now you in the history
I'm in
books.
the Hall of Fame now.
Yes, indeed. The rich life moment in time. Rich life moment in time. So again, let's go ahead and tell the folks how they can stay in contact with you.
Please follow me. I'm Baltimore's Obama on IG. Jeremy Givens Facebook. Follow the podcast Bourbon and Boy Shorts. Instagram, IG. Email me JeremyJGivens@gmail if you need to.
Okay.
Catch me at Lake Montebello Saturdays jogging. Pull up on me.
You see, he
I don't have no enemies, so I don't think nobody trying to get me.
Right. Earlier, he liked long walks in the park.
Right.
Right? Oh, goodness, too much. All right, so we was talking about extraordinary experiences, and I think we got down to, we covered like 6 different things, right? the other one is celebrate the journey. So that's kind of like you worked on different projects, right? So when it's all said and done, and it kind of tails back into goals and achievement, celebrate the journey, right? When you have a good show, it's okay. Go out and have a cocktail, right?
That's true. Yeah.
Excuse me. When you your birthday, which again my birthday is coming up, it's okay. Go out and celebrate another year of life. I think that's important, and from that you'll kind of get those experiences. I go out by myself a lot.
Really?
I do.
It's something I haven't done a lot. I need to, even to go to movies. I have started going out just to go grab some wings and a drink a lot. That's something. I might do that when you leave here. There's a whiskey spot, whiskey wings and spot.
Oh yeah.
Just promoted. Terra Cafe. Returns. They do whiskey and wings on Wednesdays now.
Oh yeah.
And Noir is our spot after we record on Thursdays. We hit up Noir.
Okay, I seen something. So Zeke, I talked to him.
He does Thursdays,
Yeah, he's gonna be on the show.
This month. He's the guy.
He's gonna be on the show this month, and that I've been trying to get to those places. I just haven't really pushed myself.
All right, I'm gonna drag you along then.
Yeah. I like that. Okay, so this is good. We're gonna keep the conversation going, as they say. I don't like to say it. Pay some bills, but we're gonna be right back. More with Jeremy Givens here on Living a Rich Life, BeExposedRadio.com. See you back in a few minutes.
First they love you, then desert you. Leave with a plate full with no spoon. Ain't no space, I can't escape negativity. I got used to the taste. I've been bad, burned and fucked over, but remain strong through the past. Over kicking haters out of the way like masked over. Roll up, sip something, let it pass over. Who would I be? It ain't the man to me that let the next man take advantage of me. When that storm come, no pen I see. Get with it, not without it, then you'll see. I peep the haters, they know I'm greater. That's why they buzzing for the elevator, but I can't save you. The weed too loud on the pedal stool. Don't carry favors. Always got your hand out demanding favors. When I just looked out, now you need more paper. I can't breathe, give me 3 feet. I never let y'all be the death of me. When my patients run there, yeah, nigga OT, cause they wanna see me bound like I'm NCT. 6 words, get the fuck away from me. Say I help you out if you can help yourself. I keep it G till I DIE. Now excuse me while I get back to PC. HOP ain't losing sleep while your third eye always on me. I'm stacking green just to feed the team. My boo, she know that I'm king with chasing my dream. These niggas is
Hi, I'm LeVar Burton, and I'm proud to be a book person. How do I choose a book? Sometimes it's the cover, sometimes it's the title. I guess I'm pretty visual. If a book's really impressing me and the writing is really good, I will peek and see what the last paragraph is, because the endings of books should rock you. I am a book person, and if you're a book person too, read to a child and spark a lifetime of ambition. Join me at bookpeopleunite.org, because reading is fundamental. A public service announcement brought to you by Reading is Fundamental, Library of Congress, and the Ad Council.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Welcome back to Living a Rich Life talk show. We're featuring Jeremy Givens. I'm telling you, the conversation has been amazing.
Thank you.
Thank you. No, thank you for joining. For those that don't know, because we actually had to reschedule.
Yes, we did.
Because life's challenges, but
it's part of the journey. It was one of those things. I'm stuck out of state, and I'm like, I'm not gonna get back in 2 hours.
Right. So you gotta be able to adjust, change, adapt, and he did the right thing. He communicated, gave me enough time to do what I had to do. So I appreciate that, because sometimes, communication is key.
No, it's definitely, and I hate when we have guests, and sometimes they'll cancel. We record at 8 p.m. Hey Jeremy, I'm not gonna be able to make it. It's 8:30. Why you just now telling me that? And right. The moment I knew I exhausted all of my options, I wanted to make sure I communicated to my brother, like, yo, however you scold me, I'm gonna own it like a man, but I'm not gonna just let it linger. So
okay. So question: Do you have any regrets when you think about it? Any regrets? I don't say in life, decisions. I mean, because I know I have some. We'll share that later.
Regrets. You're okay. Yeah. I think I don't have any major regrets. Like if I went back and talked to my younger self, I would say study harder. I may say she may have been the one. Don't let her get away. Grow up a little faster, right there.
Oh man. Okay.
Yeah. So there's a real regret. My brother had a destination wedding I wasn't able to go to, so at the time it was a little bit pricey for me. He understood, but it's a personal regret that I feel like I could have tried harder to get there.
Yeah. So again, living a rich life is all about change. For me, I know there's some changes that I need to make and needed to make so that I can live better. Some regrets, some decisions I've made.
Definitely.
So I'm still going through that process. But again, like I said, it's a process.
It is.
I understand it's a journey.
Yeah, enjoy the journey.
Exactly. So I like to ask that question because again, I have no problem with being very candid. But hey, things happen, and if you keep doing the same things, they say you're insane. So
don't keep doing the same thing.
Exactly. Make that change. Make that change. Okay. So how would you describe your personality, your personal style?
Oh, personal style. Like they say I dress like a dad now, so I guess I got the cardigan on with a thing. But I'm a very simple person. I'm not the flashy. I don't need the flashy things. You probably won't catch me with jewelry. I do like watches. So I like very simple, clean things.
Okay. I got a watch on.
I
go naked without a watch on.
No, definitely. Style in general, I like classic.
Yeah.
Classic style.
I like to dress up.
Okay. Yeah.
I lost so much weight though, none of my suits fit me.
That's what's happening to me right now.
Yeah.
Aaron. What's Aaron's last name? He Trees and Toting Company. In Bushless of Baltimore.
Yeah.
Go check him out. He was on the podcast, but I know he seems like very affordable. Don't be surprised.
Yeah. No. So I'm gonna get Aaron on the show also. He's gonna redo my tuxedo because I think every man should have a tuxedo.
I call that my super suit. That's when I like when Superman put on his uniform. That's mine.
Right. I think every man should have a passport and a tuxedo.
That's true. I agree.
So my tuxedo, I'm like, it's a nice tuxedo.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go to him. He's like, yo, come on, make an appointment. Come on in. I'll take care of you. Hook me up. On top of that, I'm looking to put the logo on a treason bag.
That'll be love right there. That'll be nice.
I know he's done some stuff with the hotel.
The RL Hotel or Little Baltimore Hotel?
Yeah, Monaco or whatever. Right?
Hotel Monaco, yeah.
So,
definitely.
That's kind of in the works.
I definitely agree with
that. Shout out to you, Aaron.
Yeah. So exactly, bringing everybody, 15 minutes, bringing everybody with me.
Yeah.
No, but I love to dress up as well as far as that, once again, classic, the suit, the tux. You can still dress it up, but I feel like every man should have a suit. You should have a black suit, you should have a blue suit, you should have a tux now that you're a little grown up. You should have a nice blazer. So.
Yeah. I rock vests too sometimes.
Ooh, okay.
When I with the suit, I don't hit with the 3-piece. I don't want to hurt them.
I love the 3-piece. No, I love the 3-piece.
Yeah, the drakes be looking tight. they do, but I like to wear the vest sometimes. So I've changed my style. I used to be that guy that would get one shirt, 5 different colors.
That's still me. Expresses my store because I know everything fits.
Right.
I know this fits, so I want every color you offer.
Oh man, yeah. So I mix it up now. Yeah. I bought a couple of hats last year.
Ooh, okay.
I was rocking a couple of hats, a couple of
Man, that's a
brands.
idea. I need to have a hat. I have a hat that's patented. Has a wooden brim, and the technology they use to make the wooden brim is patented. I seen them on Shark Tank.
Okay.
So I had to pick up one of those
Shark
hats.
Tank, that's a good show. Again, like I said, we're talking about. I got a couple of different folks that it's pretty close with one of the guys from Shark Tank, and but they was in the music industry, so we won't go there. But definitely, I think opportunities that maybe bring you back on, meet some of these folks.
Oh, definitely.
Versus even coming to some events, because I'm gonna start doing some events myself.
You should, because you got the network and the vibe. I think to create it.
But I'm not there yet. I definitely, I believe I do. Derek Chase, good friend of mine, he is a catalyst for me actually in this show.
Really?
He used to tell me, yo, Rich, you need to do this, you need to do that. And I didn't. Sometimes I don't know. I never had a problem talking in front of the camera and people, but again, it's just certain people sometimes in hectic things going on. I said, it's time.
Yeah.
It's time. Like, did you always know you wanted to do the podcast?
Nah, and the podcast, I'll tell you how it came about. The podcast came from my co-host, my cousin Kyle. We only met 7 years ago. So up until then, he didn't know outside of the family. We talked about it on the podcast, and so he thought someone else was his father. And that's listen to episode 12. You get that whole detail.
Episode 12.
Yeah, you get all of that detail. So we talk about that, but in our conversations of catching up over the past at that time maybe 25 years, figuring out who we were.
Right.
Figuring out we have so much in common, and then going out, hanging out in DC, and that long ride back to Baltimore. Great conversation, then we fall asleep on the sofa. Like, man, we should record these conversations. Fall asleep on the sofa.
Okay.
And so many of those happen, and then we finally, here's the tablet. We just gonna record it and see what it sounds like. Send it to people. People loved it. That was the encouragement to do it a second time. They loved it again. That's the encouragement to do it a third time. Snap! How do we upload it?
Yeah.
Just do your Googles, and now we are 115 episodes later.
115?
Yeah, definitely.
What?
We dropped 115. Came out this morning. Yeah.
What? Yeah. So wait a minute. Is there a site? How do we? Get there?
I didn't even talk about that. So we're on SoundCloud. We're on iTunes, Google Play, and Spotify.
SoundCloud.
Yep.
Google Play.
Yep. iTunes.
And
Spotify.
Yes. Are y'all getting this? Hopefully y'all.
Please come check us out. Bourbon and Boy Short. Subscribe. Listen to a few episodes.
Spotify. 115.
Yeah.
Okay. So what's the milestone? Did you have when you did 100? Because those like.
Yeah. So the 100. We actually did a podcast with all of our cousins because I have a huge family. So it was probably 10 of us there. And we just talked about how it came about. We joked each other and things like that. So that was a big milestone for us.
Okay, the 100.
And then 2 years was in April. So we did a live podcast for April. I think we did it at Art House in Hamden, the pizza spot.
Okay.
So
you do it different places. You do it different places.
And September 26th, working with Sarah Cronos. She was on the podcast. She's a dating coach. And we're going to do like a live podcast at Old Line Distillery, not far from Bayview Hospital, and just the opportunity to have like a live love coaching session.
Oh, okay. Is that near? No, you said Bayview. Is that like Canton area?
Yeah, Bayview, Canton, over there.
Okay, where the Target is?
Yes, not far from. Yes.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So it's
Old Line Distillery. You ain't lying. You like that bourbon.
Yeah, I gotta stay on brand.
Oh man, I know that's right. Yeah, and you're working. Who you working with again?
Well, Sarah Cronos, like Colonels. Cronos.
Oh, yeah. Okay. And what happened to regular names like Rich James? No, I'm just.
So even if you follow her, Sarah Cronos is that straight on IG.
Okay. So you did tell me you have a mentor.
Yes.
Are you mentoring anyone?
At the moment, I don't have any official outside of the family mentees.
Okay.
I think I'll have one because Kyle, my co-host, he works at Free State Challenge Academy. Okay. So some of his cadets, each cadet is supposed to have a mentor. So they have a few that do not. So I'm gonna step up there to be a mentor to one of those. But definitely my younger cousins at the moment. I'm kind of for some maybe the father figure, to others the big brother.
Right.
And mentoring can become draining as well. So I needed to take some time back. Because, and this is, I always wanted to teach why I'm not a teacher, is because I internalize my students or my mentees' issues and things that they're going on, and I don't know how to release it. So that's why I had to step away, because my personality is, you going through, I'm going to go through with you.
Right.
And that's not healthy.
Yeah.
You know?
Taking on everyone.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, you probably could take on, but so much. But sometimes, again, depending on where you are, because I used to teach when I first came out.
Really? I did not know that about you.
When I first came out of college, I was teaching at Francis M. Wood Alternative High School. Wow. And a lot of most of my students are doing pretty well. Some of them didn't make it.
Right.
They were killed. But I think that was a very draining, fulfilling.
Yes, definitely fulfilling. Yeah.
But draining, because when I look at now, and again, I follow them on Facebook. They follow me, Facebook and IG. And one of my players, he plays basketball. He's doing pretty well. And again, he's living a rich life.
Yeah.
And again, it's not just about dollars and cents, but he has his family. I see him very engaged with his kids. So I think again that's just key.
Right.
I mean, I think that's key. All right. We're gonna keep digging into your life,
Please do,
Jeremy.
please
We're gonna keep digging into your life. So as I look at my questions here, we talked about the fame, regrets, good mentee. If you could give advice to the next generation, right? So you're a father.
Yes.
Which is no easy task.
Not.
Oh my goodness, it's no easy task. What advice would you give for the next generation?
It's a great question. What
Right.
advice would I give to the next generation?
Because again, like I said, we talk about this offline.
We did.
Right? But let's share with the folks out there, in terms of, what some of the things, like wait, clothes, just
No, I
go for it.
Let's specifically, I guess, to young men, I would say, remember you're a man first in everything that you do, and being a man is always taking on responsibility. So definitely try to take on responsibility and attack things head on. I don't always do that, and that's something me at 34 I'm still working on. But it also, you talked about having knowledge of self. You gotta, as long as you have knowledge of yourself and sometimes of your flaws and your shortcomings, you know to work on them.
Right.
So really I would really encourage the next generation to really take advantage of all of the opportunities that's available. We were talking about earlier about there's Google, Siri, the internet.
Right.
Take advantage of everything, and your wildest dream, your biggest dream isn't big enough. Your wildest dream isn't wild enough. You need to think further. If you want to own a sports team, I mean, you need to own 3.
Right,
think bigger than you're thinking.
Right.
So that would be the push, because I think that would be the thing I wish someone would have pushed me more to think bigger. Even my biggest dreams wasn't big enough.
Right. I think when you talk about dreams, because again, like I said, the kids these days, this generation, there's more out there, right? There's more out there. Sometimes as parents, we don't want to expose them to too
so
much,
right?
Because I'm from an era where you go outside and have a good time. Now this age, you're in the house playing video games, which again is not healthy. Just playing those games all the time, right? Because I mean, I know some grown men that.
No, that's true. That's
right?
All day, literally all day.
That's what they do. Now, unless you're getting paid.
Right, yeah, you got to figure out how to monetize.
Exactly. So I think, for me, the next generation, as, I think about, when I talk to my sons, and it's hard work. It's hard work. And I think some of my experience kind of rolled over into them, right? So, but again, parenting is never easy. And so we will continue to work on that.
Yeah.
These next generation, they got to understand, they got to respect certain things though too.
Yes.
I don't think they respect.
And that may be the previous generation's fault for not instilling that respect. Sometimes.
Yeah, it's not all of us, because I check. I'm from the old school.
I check anybody's kid.
I beat other people's kids.
No, I agree with you.
Right?
Yeah.
I be in a relationship with somebody. You got kids, they better act right.
No, definitely.
But that's to be a good.
Yeah, that's a good.
That's a good topic. That's gonna be a good topic on the show. How do you deal with other people's kids? So we're gonna take a quick break. We're gonna come back and continue this party going. We got another hour or so, 45 minutes, and you're just gonna hang out with me.
Yeah, I'm hanging. I'm chilling.
Okay.
I'm here.
So we'll be right back more
with
or some chicken. Just like a black person. We're gonna be back with more Jeremy Gibbons, Living a Rich Life. BeExposedRadio.com. Come back.
There's a rumor going around that Tyler Perry and Oprah are beefing. Well, let me tell you about this. Tyler, told Oprah, bitch, if you don't have my money, we're going to have a problem. Ooh. Oprah said, what is the problem? Ooh. You said if I don't have your money, there was going to be a problem. So Oprah is standing her ground like, bitch, I'm in charge. You may have a $250 million studio over there that you film all your shows and movies and stuff on, but I have the empire. That's what Oprah said.
Oh, these are her exact words.
Allegedly.
I made this up, but
Allegedly.
I made it all up. But there was a rumor that they were beefing. But Tyler confirms that they don't have any issues. So it says it was recently reported on the rumors that was swirling that the twosome were on the outs over constructive criticism of a Perry show. Well, I got some constructive criticism, and we can be on the outs, Tyler, and I don't give a damn because I'm gonna make a promo out of this anyway and share it to your page. I need the scenes on Have and Have Nots to be like 5% shorter, each one. I want you to watch an episode of The Young and the Restless, because this is supposed to be a soap opera. No one's dialogue on The Young and the Restless is like this. You don't have to talk about the random plant in the corner for 25 minutes on one damn scene.
They talk about random plants.
It was a blood stain on the floor for 5 episodes. I can't take it. We need to pick this up. I'm sorry. I love the Have and the Have Nots, and I continue to watch it in its 5th season. But I get so mad when I can go get myself a glass of water and come back, and he had just started the next sentence in his first paragraph. I can't stand it.
They just want to get the point across.
It's not but you don't get the point for 4 episodes. It's too much. So now, according to ET Online reports, Tyler Perry has a pre-cut and dried response to a pretty cut and dry response to the rumors about him and Oprah.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Welcome back to Living a Rich Life talk show featuring Jeremy Givens, Bourbon and Boy Shorts. Right? Yes. Hey, we gotta make sure we give them a shout out. So we're gonna keep it going. Mm-hmm. You know, we sitting there talking about what's next.
Right. Yes,
we talking about what's which is a good segue to so what is next? Yeah. What's in the back of Jeremy's mind for you? What's next? Whether it's personal, professional.
Yeah, so I know one of the next things me and my brothers are working on is really pooling our capital together to start investing in real estate. So we got our first project that we're going, so it's slowly underway. So it's what we getting our foot wet and doing it, and seeing that process. So I think really trying to find those multiple streams of income. For the podcast, we're actually aging a barrel of whiskey at a distillery in Atlantic City, Little Water Distillery. So it's actually ready. So we're trying to figure out the distributing rules and selling across state lines. So they're a little bit more conservative about their rules, where you ask for forgiveness, not permission. I'm like, we'll just buy the barrel, like. But they're not with that. So we're trying to work on that. So ultimately, I want more barrels, the more bourbon and more Boy Short edition of whiskey barrels, so we can bottle that and start distributing that from different brands.
Oh, that's what's up.
So it's that, and then we want to get a video component to the podcast.
Okay.
So similar to what you're doing here, so we can, people can view it as well.
Right. Yeah. That's what's up. I look forward to sampling some of that whiskey.
Oh yeah.
But was it that? So you did it in Atlantic City because it's probably easier. Don't want to say easier, less regulations.
It wasn't. I'm gonna be honest. I've reached out to a lot of people. I've reached out to several distilleries, brewers, several black-owned ones. They responded to us. I met the guy twice. I met him the day. I asked him. I said, "If you're really gonna do this, I'm gonna come back and follow up with you." He was like, "Yeah." So I came back. We followed up. We signed a barrel, and they bottled. They put all of the ingredients in the agent. Wow. So it was really they took a chance and opportunity on us. So that was really why we went with them. If it was somebody in California, I would have flew to California and did it.
I know that's right. Yeah. Well, that's what you got to do. That's what you got to do. And you get a bottle. You can count me in. No,
definitely. I got one with your name on it.
You can count me in.
But I also believe in sometimes with those wild ideas we were talking about last segment. Sometimes you gotta see I just wanted to see if I could do it.
Right.
And it was the proof of concept. Oh, now that I know I can do it, boom, you can't stop me.
Yeah, that's all it takes. That's all. I tell you, I'm dangerous when I know something.
Yeah.
I know I'm right, and I know I can get it done. I'm dangerous, and when I'm focused. It's like, wow, because again, I've been focused on again, had to readjust reshift, all that good stuff. And I'm like a horse with blinders on. See, I can't even see you now, right?
Yeah, that's not true.
You know, okay. So you're working on that, and good to be working on something with family. That's always good. That's always good. All right, so kind of piggybacking off of that, and I mentioned earlier, there's always 2 questions that I ask.
Yes.
And the first one we asked earlier in the show. The second one, and maybe I'll put it at the bug in your ear now.
Okay, all right, think about it.
Right, because I want you to think about it. What does living a rich life mean to you?
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
So you can process that.
Okay.
Any way you
I
want.
should have known that question was coming. But I didn't even think about it.
Right. Yeah. That wasn't a surprise question.
Exactly. Yeah. That was the first question. Like, this is the easy 10 points.
Exactly. That's the easy. You get that for writing your name on it. Yeah. So as a Baltimore City native, let's talk about some of the things that's happening in the city. Right. Let's go off script for a little bit. I think I've had my experience when it comes to Baltimore City Police.
Okay. I have to.
Right. Some of them are great. Some of them are great. Some of them not so much. But that seems to be what's the word I want to say? It seems to be an issue,
yes.
A challenge here in the city, right? I mean, a lot of different things happening, a lot of shootings continue to happen. I had an incident. I said incident, but I had a conversation with an officer trying to file a report, and his attitude was just terrible.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
You know, and then the good cops that I know, it was like, well, you know, you can report them. So I'm still processing now if I want to make that call. So what's your thoughts on what's happening in the city, right? Yeah. So you ran for an office at one point in time.
I did, yeah.
You're Baltimore City, so you've been here. Where'd you go to high school?
Baltimore Polytechnic Institute.
Oh, okay, Poly. Good. My frat brother went to the city, and they played Poly City. That's a big thing.
Yeah, it's a big game. Yeah.
That's
November 2nd this year, I believe. Yeah.
Oh, you gonna be there?
Of course.
Oh, yeah. I went.
Go for the tailgate.
Exactly. Yeah. I went, and I tell you, it doesn't surpass Morgan's tailgate, but that thing surpasses some colleges.
A lot of colleges, yeah.
I said, holy cow, this thing
is real. And it's all love too. Like no matter where you went to, like I've gotten plates on the city side, I've gotten plates on the Poly side, I've gotten plates on the random people that's there. It's just everyone's so giving and cheerful. Like I think I know we're going to talk about Baltimore, but I think there are negative things about Baltimore. We're going to talk about some of the things that police are doing, but there are a lot of positive things that are happening in Baltimore, and people wouldn't know that's the oldest high school football rivalry in the country.
Yeah.
And when you go there, you know, I feel like it's all love. Everyone's genuine. Like it's rivalry for fun.
Yeah.
But we do care. Like, outside of Baltimore, if I meet somebody that went to city, I know what you went through to achieve that high school diploma because that's a rigorous education and vice versa. So there's still camaraderie.
Right.
So you know, but you know, in the city we can have that. We can have that fun.
Yeah. Baltimore City and Poly. I know that. I've been.
Right.
I'm a New Yorker again. I had a blast.
You have a good time.
Oh my goodness, it's crazy.
But yeah, but to I think you were mentioning some incidents with the police in Baltimore, the shootings. I think there's a lack of resources in the city, and we always hear the issue of it's dollars, it's money. But you can't help but see the harbor anywhere that in eyesight of water is built up tremendously, and buildings don't get built for free. But that those dollars are not trickling up to North Charles Street, North Avenue, into the areas like that.
Right.
So I think there's a level of politics and political awareness that needs to occur. That we hold our elected officials accountable, and not that we're going to yell at you and come to City Hall during an open hearing. No, we're not going to vote for you again. No, these are real dire stakes here.
Right.
You know, so and we need those dollars throughout the city for the culture. Because what I'm saying is, in the gentrification, that people are coming into the city, the areas that have soul, areas that have vibrance, and moving people out, and then new people are moving in and trying to keep the soul and the feeling of that area. And I think to that trickles sometimes to the police officers, where some areas are policed and looked after better than other areas. So poor areas are not, excuse me for stumbling, are not looked after as well.
They're not. You're right. So the police, I guess, I'm trying to remember who said there's a song where, you know, the police take them a long time to get into these neighborhoods.
Exactly.
Right? as well as not just from a criminal aspect, just in terms of infrastructure.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Some of the streets are horrible.
Right.
I'm talking about tear up your car.
Literally.
You know,
I get a new tire, at least one new tire every year since I moved back to Baltimore.
So you know what I mean? It's crazy. And I've gone out to county areas where the street, I'm talking, you can ride some skateboard. You can do some serious skateboarding.
Yes.
I mean, they're smooth. You know, they're smooth. So I think that's a big issue in terms of, again, infrastructure, taking care of the city. They're building up Baltimore City again, right downtown, like you said, closer.
Right. And if an area downtown gets trash pickup twice a week, and an area gets it once a week, that extra day of trash pickup means a lot, though.
Yeah.
So those little things of resources change what's happening.
Yeah. You're having enough resource, because that's serious work right there too. At the same time, I think people, you're talking about trash.
Yes, I got a pet peeve. Being a homeowner, I got a huge pet peeve about it.
I got a pet peeve, and we're going to talk about that. So when we come back, we're going to continue to talk about Baltimore City. Again, we love it.
I'm a taxpayer, so I can talk about it.
But we're going to talk about the city and the trash.
Yes.
We'll be right back. BeExposedRadio.com, featuring Jeremy Givens, Rich James, living a rich life, baby. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Okay,
The moment my son saw a redwood tree.
It's huge!
Is the moment I knew that for him,
You can't even see the top of that thing!
even the sky has no limit.
There are some moments only the forest can inspire. Find yours at discovertheforest.org. Learn about forests near you and discover cool things to do when you go. Your moment is out there. Find it at discovertheforest.org.
Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
Join the Just a Bit Outside crew every Monday, 8 to 10 p.m. on BeExposedRadio.com.
You want to start off?
I think I'll get it out of the way on a who's not.
Okay, do it.
The Orioles.
Right.
They got swept by the Royals. They lost 4 in a row, and the last 5 games have all been decided by 1 run. The game before, or the last game that they lost.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
All right. Welcome back to Living a Rich Life, featuring Jeremy Givens. I tell you, I love what I do. I do what I do.
Yeah.
We having a good time. Yeah. It's crazy though, because we've had conversations before.
Yes. Yeah.
But I never had a captive audience.
Right.
2 hours just to kick it. You know what I mean? And I'm almost certain we're gonna probably just keep kicking it, because that's what
you owe me a chess match too.
True.
Well, I owe you one. Maybe I was ducking you.
Okay. Yeah. We get it in. Not a problem. Yeah. I like that. See, I'm a master in chess. Somewhat.
That's what they all say. Everybody say that.
What else am I supposed to say?
That's true.
Right? So let's get back to we were talking about Baltimore City.
Yeah.
So again, I don't understand the trash
Yeah.
piece, right? Because in the city, there's literally a trash can every other corner, every other, and if you're in the residential area, they have the green cans.
Oh, in the house, yeah.
Yeah, right.
In front of the house, yeah.
So for folks not to put the trash where it belongs, in the trash can, to me is unacceptable. So we have to also hold ourselves accountable for that, right? I think, again, if you know better, you do better, you want better. Again, but it's all about change, right?
And respect, you gotta, when we talk about for the next generation, what do we want to instill in them? What do we want to tell them? That's one of the things. You got to respect where you live, respect where you walk. It's your community. If you don't respect it, why is someone else that polices it supposed to respect it?
I agree. If you had one message to give your fans, people that know you, what would it be?
One message. Support.
One message.
Support. Our big thing is help us. So this year we've really been trying to focus on black business and helping, small business entrepreneurs fulfill their dreams, fulfill their goals. So, the thing I tell my fans is help us.
And I'm use a key word there, support. Support does not always mean money.
It does not.
Right?
It does not.
That's the thing. You are supporting my show by coming on. At the same time, I'm supporting your brand.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? We're working together. We can all win.
Yeah.
I think sometimes folks, they like for you to get stuck. Right? If you go to my page, that's kind of some of the background. Stuck. If you get stuck in a place, they happy with that because they don't want you to shine.
Yeah.
They don't want you to be better for whatever reason. I mean, again, you can't make this stuff up. But at the end of the day, I think support is wonderful. I mean, since you put the my mug up in I've got 2 sales.
For real? Oh, nice.
Two sales, right? And again, I've had others, but again, I think just those things like that, right?
I agree.
Whether folks decide to follow me, I think it's all about support. We can all win, understanding that. And again, I think that's key. Support comes in many different fashions.
And I realized too, like when your show blows up and becomes nationally syndicated, I'm gonna be able to post like I was on there back when, so that grows my brand as well. That grows me, but by genuinely supporting. As well.
Yep. So. That's what's up. That's how we do. So, are you ready to answer that age-old question?
Yes. What
does living a rich life mean to you?
Yeah, I think living a rich life is being happy. Genuinely being happy with where you are, with what you're doing. I think you're not living a rich life if you're a millionaire, but you're unhappy. You're not living a rich life if you got $200,000 in the bank, but you're an asshole. So you can't buy a class either. So I think living a rich life is doing the things that you want to do that help other people do what they want to do as well. Being able to, what's one of the pillars? Good health. Health is wealth. And I think that's seeing family members now is one of the reasons I'm working out. I'm realizing, okay, hypertension I'm genetically predisposed to that. My parents have it. All right, diabetes, my parents have it. So if I don't do what I need to do now, I can't live a rich life.
Right.
And then I'm gonna pass it down as well. We talked about having a mentor, but I've been working on building strong relationships. Like it's easy to meet people. I realize, but that's more. There's more to it than just meeting a person. You have to cultivate a relationship.
Agreed.
And that's really what I'm gonna support people. That's how I'm gonna help cultivate relationships. I'm gonna just unknowingly support people.
Right.
Not asking for anything, not blasting like, hey, I posted this, I brought 10 t-shirts. I'm just gonna buy my t-shirts and wear them.
Keep it moving. Keep it moving. Yeah.
So even still too, living a rich life is definitely setting goals and achieving them. I know you have it right here, but you can't once you acquire something, you acquire your $1 million or whatever that thing makes you happy. What's the next goal? Because if you're not growing, you're dying, right? Like so. I think those are the things to me that encompass living a rich life.
Okay.
So
I like that. Rich James, you see the connection?
Yeah.
That's life, right? That's life. The life. That's the life meter.
Definitely.
I don't know if you know, but that's the life meter.
Oh yeah, definitely. Oh wow, okay.
Right.
Yeah.
You think about your gas tank, It's almost on full, but Okay, so that's
definitely.
I got to tell you.
No, go ahead. I have a question. One of the things we didn't get talked to about. I'm interested to hear your perspective. I'm quite sure, audience, you've heard it a million times.
Maybe
but on philanthropy, what is your outlooks on philanthropy? For me, I've been playing around or thinking about the idea of in church tithing, but I really like to do philanthropy with my time and my skills. I feel like that's more valuable than anything I can give you.
Right.
Like when people ask, hey, can you donate to my kid's basketball team? I was like, I'll say no, but I'll tutor them for free. Because I know that is way more valuable than this $10 bill I'll put in your basket.
Right.
So what does philanthropy mean?
So for me, again, it's something that I've been doing for a long time, being in the fraternity.
Right. That's true.
So it kind of came natural. I generally now piggyback off of someone. So if someone needs me to do something, or if I know an event's happening, same thing with you, I'll donate my time.
Yeah.
I'll donate my time. I'll donate my resources. I think when you initially came on with the sneakers thing, so I had a bag of sneakers.
Oh yeah, it's still not too late. So.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. But I had a bag of sneakers, right? So again, giving those things.
Yeah, and I didn't even know that. Yeah.
You know, when folks, well, you wasn't supposed to.
Right.
You weren't supposed to. It's supposed to be a surprise, right?
Respect.
But so for me, like again, whether it's participating, again, I know a lot of folks are doing a lot of different things, and they're doing a lot of good things in the city. So let me say that as well. You got a lot of folks doing a lot of good things, using their influence to pull people together. You have Mark and Skyline Models, a good friend of mine. He does some things with the homeless.
Okay.
So again, Jason Bass, again, participating in those things. As I continue to flourish, I do want to start, see where I can kind of make, not gonna say make my own avenue, but make an additional avenue, right? To be able to help and do some things. So,
gotcha.
Philanthropy is a lot to it.
It is.
Right? There's a lot to it. The time, the resources. It plays a part when it comes to strong relationships, right? When those that do have an extreme amount of money can help do something, and they're willing to do that. But at the same time, your cause is really driving. And people, if it affects them, they're more inclined to be involved.
I agree.
You know what I mean?
Agree.
And which is okay.
Makes sense.
You know? And those that are not involved, they find another way, because that's what they're passionate about, helping someone, whether it's helping you or someone else. So in this case, they might not, I say, hey, I'm having a book signing event, and I need you there, Well, I can't be there on this day, but I can come here on this day. So, philanthropy, it can be murky, but I think at the end of the day, it's about giving back what you can when you can.
Okay.
So it's fun.
Yeah,
There's a Christmas party that Zach McDaniels throws.
Okay.
Philanthropy and Sanjay also. So I'm throwing a few names out there. These folks that I'm trying to get on the show as well, because it's a really good time. Good cause. Folks have toy drives because I love the holidays.
Yeah, I
so
do too.
Those are the best times.
Yeah.
Those are the best times. Those are the best times. So I want to make sure you got a pen too. You get to take a pen with you.
Oh man, I'm gonna use this tomorrow.
Yeah. You get to take a pen with you.
Okay.
Some folks kind of like the pen.
Yeah, no, these pens are nice.
We'll get you a mug. That's already someone's mug. So.
Oh.
That's we're just gonna clean it out.
Okay.
So I'm like, I got a mug. Keeping it 100. So you mentioned your parents earlier.
Yes.
So did you have strict parents?
My parents definitely weren't strict. Maybe they were stern, but they had a few rules. They didn't have a lot of rules. Going to church every Sunday. No matter what you did Saturday, you were going to church Sunday. And to be honest, we got to a point where they gave us a decision. In high school, you didn't have to go. But because it was so instilled in us, I feel like we still went to church every Sunday. But other than that, my parents weren't very strict. And I never really tested the limits.
Right.
So I didn't have to be. Probably more with my mother than my father. And I think boys probably challenge their mothers more than their fathers naturally anyway. But
let me think about that.
I don't know, because granted my parents were divorced, so I live with my mom. But I would probably definitely act up more with her than my father.
Yeah,
and my mother would be the one to give me the corporal the beatings than my father. My father never put his hands on me.
Oh, okay. See, you know this is real. We talking about beatings.
Yeah.
You can't make this stuff up.
Yeah.
We up here talking about beatings.
Right.
Sure. My mom is retired New York City.
Oh yeah, you got it.
So
you got it. Yeah, bro.
She gave us the business when she had to. Not for me though. I was a pretty good kid.
Yeah, I believe it. Yeah. See, my father. So we're first generation, not in the military. So my father was military until he retired and he went to work at Fort Meade as a civilian. But he never. It was one time he jacked me up and I said something slick to him. I was like 16. So my father's a little shorter than me, a little shorter than you. So
why I gotta be short?
I said shorter than you. I said
shorter than I'm short now.
I ain't say that. It's relative. I'm short to somebody too.
Oh, okay.
But he jacked me up against the wall. I remember I said something slick to him, went into the shower. When I got out of the shower, walked into my room, he threw me against the wall and said something. He was like, don't you ever talk to me like that. And I went in my room. I'm like, Dad, Pop has never hit me up like that before. And then I thought about what I did. So I go downstairs to get something to eat. He sit down like he's distraught. He's like, Jeremy, I'm so sorry. My military training just came out. We was taught to kill. I'm just so sorry. I didn't mean to do that. Mm-hmm. I was like, oh, it was real. He's really in the military. So, but my father, that's not my father's character.
Right. It threw you for a loop.
Yeah, that was the shake I needed.
Threw you for a loop. Yeah, that happens.
So short answer, no, I didn't have strict parents.
Okay. Well, that rules out on the scale of 1 to 10.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, indeedy. All right. So we talked about, a couple of experiences. If you wanted to encourage innovative ideas, and this is coming from the mentor-mentee perspective, how would you go about doing that, right? So, I think you have a couple of platforms that you could do that. But how would you encourage to generate new ideas, right? To generate, to get the best, to pull the best out of a person. Well, how would you go about doing that?
So I would tell them you have to try everything. You gotta try a little bit of everything. So at some point I tried instruments, and clarinet was the one that was for me. I tried sports. I loved basketball. Was the one for me. I tried different foods. I had to find a food for me. You got to try the experiences. I love bike riding. I'm not a big skater, but out of all experiences, you got to try the experiences you got to try things so you know what experiences work best for you. And find your niche. Even to the creativity, I know if I need a snack and music, and I can focus on anything. Right. So if I have a snack and some music playing that I can ignore, I can focus on anything. So if you see me at work, I have my headphones in because that's the thing I'm ignoring to focus on my work.
Right. So that makes sense because sometimes you need like that. Not say you need, but you have that. It's on.
Yeah, that
you're
white
not really
noise. Yeah.
Listening or watching it. Yeah, I call that wasted energy.
Wasted energy. Yeah. So I say that to say you figure out the things that work for you to be creative, and you only figure those things out by trying things.
Okay. Yeah, this is true. This is true. I'm trying a few new things. I'm trying to. So I'm ask, what's the social scene look like for Jeremy?
Social scene? Is that the dating social scene or the hangout social scene? Right.
Hey, I had to scratch out some things for some guests.
Right. Oh yeah. No,
hey, it's okay.
It's off limits.
Right. What is the social scene?
Yeah, social scene. Yeah. So I'll be transparent. Right. So dating is horrible. It's not horrible.
This is easy. I gotta cut him off on that. This is easy because this is what you told me.
Yeah. So
we're gonna put you on the other side of the mic. Yes. So we're waiting.
Right. Yeah. So I'm single. And getting to know people is so different. So when I talk to my nieces and nephews that are in college now, so they're in that 21, 22 frame.
Okay.
And I tell them, they talk about their dating experiences to where I'm in now. I was like, it gets better compared to that. But I think I'm finding people are so ready to jump in and get married. Jump in and say, we're exclusive, we're boyfriend and girlfriend. Or whatever that means to them. And I don't find that people are taking the time to date or get to know someone. Some people may say I take too much time. And I'm not playing games, but I may take too much time. But I'd rather measure twice and cut once, for to use your term.
I like that. What is it?
Measure twice.
I'd rather measure twice
and cut once. Yeah. So definitely. Right. So I want to get an opportunity to know somebody when they like me, and then get a chance to know them when they're upset at me.
Right.
And I feel like that's some of the times you get to know a person best is when the conditions are not favorable. And dating can also ultimately creates favorable conditions, but you need time and experience to meet a person or see a person in unfavorable conditions.
Right.
And then now we can judge if we like each other.
Right.
Because if we going out to dinner, watching movies, cooking, bike riding, that's favorable.
Right.
But what happens if I don't call you a day or two? I forget to call you. I forget your birthday. Not saying I will, but in unfavorable conditions, do you still see me as a good person? Am I still that person that you really liked, you were falling for, or you write me off now?
So is it dating, courting? Because courting, that's an old school term.
Yeah,
right? So when you're dating, because again, this is something. If you're dating multiple people. I guess courting, you maybe
narrow down, maybe one or two, definitely narrow down. But to you, I think
ladies, y'all listening,
and I say this to ladies as well. Someone asked me this earlier this week. What do I think about women dating more than one person? I was like, you should. Right. Now and then you narrow it down to the courting phase, right? Until you become exclusive with somebody.
Yeah, I agree. Some of them don't agree.
No, a lot of women don't agree.
Yeah. We dating, but dating means you might be dating more than one person.
It's the interview phase.
Yeah.
You don't only interview for one job. You putting your resumes out. Right. Yeah. And it's not that you're saying you're intimate with multiple people. That's not the assumption at all. And if you are, you're woman, you have agency over your body. You do what you want to do. But I'm saying you're getting to know several people. Right, and determining if you want to go to another step, or if this is a good friend, this is a good business partner, but we're not meant to be romantic.
Yeah, I think as time grows on, right? So and then we're gonna move off this subject.
Yeah, I'm like, this what it feel like. I don't like this.
Exactly. Yeah. We giving him the business that he gives on Bourbon and Boy Shorts.
I take my own medicine.
Exactly. So. Because really, I mean, let's be real about it. Real talk. You're dating 2-3 people. As time progresses, you start to just say, hey, I'm deciding to focus on one person, and I've done that. That. So we're gonna take a quick break. Once again, we're gonna come back. We're gonna keep the laughs going, but we want you to tune back into us. BeExposedRadio.com. Living a Rich Life featuring Jeremy Gibbons. We'll be right back.
Long live Pop. Y'all can go ahead and cry now. I'ma show these niggas what to do at one of your beats, man. I am Gas, by the way. Strong woman story should've been on CNN. Nobody knows what it's like being Gwen. Windows closed in the house, it ain't no CNN. Can't gain weight for years, she been being thin. Single mother, no help from the system. When they was giving out food stamps, she missed them. Birth certificate, baby daddy, she couldn't list them. But her son was so beautiful when she kissed him. Blame it on love, but nigga she could've died with. Destroyed the whole world and found out she was a side chick. The nigga loved his wife and it got hard to hide it. So when Gwen confronted him, he ain't even denied it. Her fault, depends on who you asking. She tried to be a stripper, but the tip out was taxing. Buying all the purses, trying to keep up with the fashion. And her mama hated baby sitting with a passion. She deserved better circumstances.
You thinking about getting your GED diploma? Well, here at the GED Pep Talk Center, we've got a number of pep talks that can motivate you.
Sometimes things don't always turn out the way you want them to.
You know that feeling? People look at you and don't believe in you.
You want some gentle encouragement.
Then you're on your way to your GED diploma and a better life.
But I know they're probably just a little bit nervous. You can find it in yourself to take that first step.
You can improve your future. You can do this. I know you can.
You need to start pushing yourself.
Now get your game face on and take the first step towards a better life. Hurry up. Don't make me repeat myself.
Whatever level of motivation you need to get your GED diploma, we've got a pep talk that's right for you. Call 1-877-38-YOUR-GED or visit yourged.org for your pep talk and find free GED classes in your area. GED is a registered trademark of the American Council on Education, brought to you by Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Welcome back to Living a Rich Life, featuring Jeremy Gibbons. Again, I got to tell you, I continue to be blessed. Again, I thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you for having me, rescheduling me. I appreciate you.
It has been good laughs.
Yes.
we talking food and cocktails.
Yeah.
I'm almost certain. So we're gonna be you're the first guest where we're gonna go out, hang out afterwards.
Really?
Yeah.
All right. I appreciate that.
You know, in some cases, I got with the guests before.
Okay.
And that's generally my format. I like to meet with the guests 3 to 4 days ahead of time.
Yeah, Bob.
We didn't get a chance, and so we're gonna do it up tonight.
Okay, I like that.
Today's Wednesday.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Damn, I thought it was Thursday.
Oh, you said Friday, the easy day.
Right. Messed my head all up. So what we do in this final segment is something we call living a rich life recap. Right. So we talked about extraordinary experiences, and generally I like to kind of read something. So we'll get your perspective on what you think of this. Definitely. All right. So living a rich recap. Most of us get so caught up in doing life that we actually miss it. We race through life so fast, we don't even know if we're enjoying it or not. We don't have the time to know if we're experiencing any pleasure from it. Do you?
I agree so far. I definitely agree so far.
We are here to experience joy, pleasure, and excitement of life. Making life extraordinary is about giving yourself permission to enjoy life in a meaningful way. I think that meaningful
giving yourself
way is
permission too. Yeah.
Exactly. It's about responding to what your spirit craves in a way that is kind, warm, and generous. You are not just here. Realize and understand that you are really important. You deserve to experience life in the best, most comforting, and satisfying way.
Definitely.
Right?
Yeah.
So this is all part of extraordinary experiences, right? Some people don't really take the time to live.
I agree.
I say that from experience. I used to be a workaholic. Man, that's all I did was work.
Okay.
Right? That's all I used to do was work. I think now I do have a balance. I'm I'm less carefree. I'm more carefree than I was, right? So again, I don't, I'm having a little more fun now. I'm enjoying life a whole lot more. But I used to just work for various reasons. But I wasn't having as much fun. I'm having fun now. Talk show is fun. The 9 to 5, so to speak. It's fun. The hustle and bustle. I'm meeting good people. And again, but I'm still a work in progress. I always like to say that. I'm still a work in progress. Okay? All right. The time you need to have a physical, comfortable life, take time to rest and recreate. Treat yourself as someone important that matters. Speak to yourself in a loving way. Do you speak to yourself?
Yeah, I do affirmations.
Oh,
so
okay.
I have a whole a YouTube that's like 90-minute affirmation. You just repeat. So when I'm walking around the lake or jogging, I'll just say my affirmations. People may look at me crazy, but
how did I miss that?
Yeah.
How did I miss that? YouTube.
Well, I found one on YouTube that I listen to and repeat the affirmations. But that's a good idea. But I stumbled upon it. I may need to create one. Affirmations. Yeah.
You might as well. Yeah. Get it? Because I would have found it. See.
Yeah.
I googled you.
But you. I
googled you. Oh goodness. And then, as we talked about earlier, celebrate your accomplishments. When you do something you're proud of, take the time to celebrate.
Yes.
All right. So all those lead up to extraordinary experiences, living a rich life. I believe we're all works in progress. Still,
I agree.
Right. We're all works in progress. So again, let's tell them how to find you. I think that's important.
Yeah. So follow me on Baltimore's on Obama on Instagram. Podcast is Bourbon and Boy Shorts on Instagram. Follow Facebook is Jeremy Givens. Facebook for the podcast is Bourbon and Boy Shorts, and you can listen to the podcast on iTunes, the podcast app, SoundCloud, Google Play, and Spotify.
Nice.
Bourbon and Boy Shorts.
Is there a cost associated with that?
There is no cost to any of these. So with Spotify, if you want the full music service, same with iTunes, you have to pay. But if you just download it and you want to listen, you can listen to podcasts for free on those.
Yep. See, so folks like free.
Yeah. So it's all free.
But
no paywalls, no barriers.
Yeah. I've heard. I'm trying to remember which one. I've heard pieces of the show. But I didn't know where to go.
Okay, yeah,
so,
definitely.
So now I know.
Yes.
And
yes.
knowing is
half the
is
battle.
Good thing. Exactly. There's a knowing. I thought there was a saying or something.
The more you know. That was the end of G.I. Joe. I used to love G.I. Joe, so they would give you this little tidbit, and they say, knowing's half the battle.
Yeah. Okay. See, I remember some. I remember some things. Some things. So that's our Living a Rich Life recap.
Yes.
That's our last segment. As we. Oh, what's this? Oh, it's my daughter.
That's priority.
Yeah, hey, kids can always get a hold of me.
Yeah,
kids
exactly.
can always get a hold of me. So again, I want to thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Appreciate having you. Yes. We had some fun. We're gonna keep the party going.
Yes.
I don't know what to tell y'all, but we're gonna be heading to
Terra Cafe.
So if
you're watching this, you're in the Baltimore area, come.
We might just keep the party. We might just do an IG.
But we should.
For the first time, yeah.
Yeah, let's do that.
Right,
yeah,
or Facebook Live. We're gonna do something.
Yeah, from Terra. Yeah, yeah. We do that. Yeah, we get Terrence on there. We're gonna pull him.
Exactly.
We can interview him at his spot.
We're gonna do that. We're gonna pull him. We're gonna say, hey, we coming in. We're gonna get him early.
Yeah.
He's gonna be on the show also.
Oh, nice.
We're gonna pull him in early. Just hijack him.
Yeah.
Have some wings and some burgers.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So
I like that.
Next week, I want you to tune in next week to Living a Rich Life. We are featuring Heidi Klautzman and Franklin James. And again, we're going to keep it going with extraordinary experiences, and we're going to also tap on good health and strong relationships. It is my birthday week, so it's going to be All right, so it's going to be a mean show, and I mean mean. So be sure to tune in. BeExposedRadio.com, Living a Rich Life talk show. Again, today we featured Jeremy Givens. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Till next time, let's talk about it.
The Artist Exchange Radio Show every Friday, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m., every Saturday, 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. Real artist, real talk, real live on BeExposedRadio.com. I was meeting